Three Ford vehicles are collecting dust on used car lots across America right now. Salespeople practically beg customers to take them off their hands. Meanwhile, every mechanic I know has quietly snagged one for their own family. These are not fixer-uppers or compromises. I am talking about Fords that will cruise past 250,000 miles on basic maintenance, going for a fraction of what they are worth. These are gold mines. After more than 2 decades working on cars, I have watched people shell out premium prices for Camrys and Accords, while these 3 Fords just sit there, waiting for someone sharp enough to notice. And that first one? That has been my go-to recommendation for years. I have personally steered a dozen customers toward it, and not a single one has returned with a major repair. Not one. Today, I am breaking down my 3 most underrated used Ford cars on the market. Vehicles that deliver Japanese-level dependability at domestic prices. I am going deepest on number 1 because it will completely change how you think about your next car purchase. Let us dive in. Number 3 is a car that makes mechanics smile when it pulls into the bay. Not because there is money to be made, but because when it actually needs something, the work is simple and affordable. You can grab one right now for under $10,000. Last spring, a customer walked in, a man in his early 30s, asking me to inspect a German luxury sedan he was eyeing. It was a 2015 model with about 85,000 miles. The dealer wanted $16,000. I reviewed the service history, noted the repairs likely coming, and I told him he was looking at spending $16,000 on a car that would need $3,500 in work within the next year and a half. He asked what I would buy instead. I pulled up my phone and showed him a 2017 Ford Fusion SE with 58,000 miles listed at $10,500. Similar features, superior reliability, $5,500 less. He bought it. That was 15 months ago. His total repair bill since then is about $60 for an oil change and a cabin air filter. Here is what most people miss about the second-generation Fusion. Ford hit a home run with this platform. The 2.5-liter 4-cylinder is refreshingly straightforward. No turbos to worry about and no timing belt to replace. It uses a chain system designed to last the life of the engine. The 6-speed automatic transmission is proven and durable. No finicky CVT, no temperamental dual-clutch system, just a traditional torque converter setup that shifts smoothly and goes the distance. The average total annual cost for repairs and maintenance on a Ford Fusion is $581, compared to an average of $526 for mid-size cars. Fusion owners bring their vehicles in for unscheduled repairs, an average of 0.3 times per year, and the probability of a severe repair is only 12%. Current market prices will frustrate you if you have been shopping Japanese. A 2017 Fusion SE with 70,000 miles is listed from $8,000 to $12,000. A comparable Camry from the same year is $15,000 to $18,000. That is a $5,000 to $7,000 gap for a car that, based on my shop experience, often costs less to maintain long-term. When you are test driving a used Fusion, focus on 2 things. First, check the sync infotainment system. Make sure the touchscreen responds properly and all the buttons work. Some units developed response issues over time. It is not a mechanical concern, but it tells you how the previous owner treated the electronics. Second, take it on the highway and pay attention to the transmission behavior. If shifts feel harsh or delayed, that is a red flag. The 2017 to 2020 models ironed out most early issues, which makes them particularly solid choices. The Fusion found its sweet spot with the 2017 to 2020 model years. Ford resolved the early teething problems, loaded these cars with modern safety technology, and built them to last. A well-maintained Ford Fusion can last between 200,000 and 250,000 miles. The only reason these cars are affordable is because Ford stopped making sedans and everyone forgot about them. But if you think the Fusion flies under the radar, wait until you hear about this next one. It depreciates like Ford owes the market money, yet it might be the most underrated, reliable full-size sedan in America. Number 2 has some of the lowest repair frequency numbers of any large sedan on the road, lower than you would expect, and it loses value faster than any full-size car I know. I have been tracking this pattern for years. Every time a Ford Taurus rolls into my shop, I am almost disappointed because there is rarely anything wrong with it. Oil changes, brake pads, tires, that is typically the extent of it. A few months back, a 2015 model came in with 155,000 miles. The owner had purchased it new, driven it for 9 years, and wanted to know what major service was coming up. I put it on the lift and went through everything: suspension, brakes, undercarriage, pulled codes, checked fluids. You know what I found? Nothing urgent. The car was solid. I told him to come back in 30,000 miles. He looked at me like I was messing with him. Ford did something right with the 6th generation Taurus. The 3.5-liter V6 is an absolute workhorse. It is naturally aspirated, so there are no turbo components to worry about. The engine uses a timing chain, not a belt, meaning no expensive replacement intervals. The Ford Taurus reliability rating is 4 out of 5, which ranks it 6th out of 12 for full-size cars. The average annual repair cost is $697. Taurus owners have to bring their vehicles into a repair shop for unscheduled repairs, an average of 0.2 times per year, compared to an average of 0.3 times per year for full-size cars. The probability of a repair being a severe or major issue is 11% for the Ford Taurus, compared to an average of 13% for full-size cars. Now let's talk price, because this is where it gets absurd. Used 2015 Ford Taurus prices currently range from $7,700 for the SEL sedan 4D to $11,750 for the SHO sedan 4D. Compare that to a same-year Toyota Avalon, which runs $14,000 to $18,000 for similar mileage. That is a $6,000 to $7,000 difference for cars that, in my experience, have comparable ownership costs. Owners give the 2015 Taurus an above-average reliability rating of 4.6 out of 5. The most common maintenance on these is straightforward. Brake pads run about $300 for all 4 corners. Transmission fluid service, around $200. Water pump replacement, if it ever becomes necessary at high mileage, typically under $700. When inspecting a used Taurus, start by checking for any open recalls using the vehicle identification number. Some 2013 to 2014 models had dashboard cracking issues in hot climates, which Ford addressed under warranty. Look at tire wear patterns. Uneven front tire wear means alignment was neglected. Not a deal breaker, but it is leverage for negotiation. Test the infotainment system thoroughly, making sure the sync interface responds properly. Here is the hidden gem within the lineup, the Taurus SHO. The SHO features a 3.5-liter direct-injected twin-turbo EcoBoost V6, producing 365 horsepower and 350 pound-feet of torque with standard all-wheel drive. You are getting sports sedan performance from a car that looks like a rental. The twin-turbo V6 is capable of reaching 60 miles per hour in 5.4 seconds. And you can pick one up for $10,000 to $14,000. Who should buy this car? Highway commuters, primarily. The Taurus was engineered for effortless high-speed cruising. Families who need space, the trunk is massive at over 20 cubic feet. Anyone who values reliability over badge recognition, and people smart enough to realize that what their neighbor thinks about their car is irrelevant. Who should skip it? If you want sporty handling, the Taurus leans toward comfort over agility. If parking in tight spaces is your daily reality, this is a large vehicle at nearly 203 inches long. And if you care deeply about resale value in 3 years, stick with Toyota. The market still has not caught up to what this car actually is. Here's the math on the Taurus. Buy it for $8,000 to $10,000, drive it for 150,000 miles, and spend maybe $3,000 on maintenance total. You will not find a better value proposition in the full-size sedan category. All right, that was number 2. This final one, number 1, this is the Ford I recommend more than any other when someone asks what to buy. Almost everyone pushes back at first, and then they drive one. If this straight-shooting approach is useful to you, hit subscribe. I have more content coming on the Cars Dealerships push versus the ones that actually deliver value. Number 1 is a pony car with the same reliability engineering as Ford's most dependable trucks. It has better fuel economy than you might expect, genuine driving excitement, and it is selling for thousands less than it should because many buyers assume maintenance will be expensive. They were wrong. Let me tell you about a customer who nearly walked away from this recommendation. About 18 months ago, a woman in her late 40s came in looking for something reliable for her daily commute. She had been researching Accords and Camrys and had a budget around $20,000. I asked if she had considered the Ford Mustang EcoBoost. She laughed and said she was not interested in a midlife crisis car. I walked her outside and pointed at a 2018 Mustang EcoBoost Premium in the parking lot and explained the numbers. Edmunds suggests a budget of $3,792 in maintenance over the first 5 years of Mustang ownership, which is similar to RepairPal's $709 annual maintenance estimate. She test drove one the following week and bought a 2017 EcoBoost Premium with 52,000 miles for $18,500. She texted me 2 months ago. She is at 94,000 miles now with 0 mechanical issues. Her exact words were, "Why did nobody tell me about this?" The 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder is essentially the same engine Ford put in the Ranger pickup, a platform known for durability. There is no reason not to expect the EcoBoost to last just as long as any reliable 4-cylinder. With proper maintenance, these engines can easily reach 200,000 miles. According to automotive experts, an average Ford Mustang can make it to 200,000 miles with proper care. Some properly maintained Mustangs have exceeded this milestone significantly, with documented examples reaching 300,000 miles. What makes the EcoBoost Mustang special is the value equation. A 2017 to 2018 EcoBoost Premium with 60,000 to 80,000 miles runs $16,000 to $20,000. A comparable German sports sedan from the same era costs $22,000 to $28,000, plus significantly higher maintenance costs. RepairPal gives the Ford Mustang a reliability rating of 3.5 out of 5. The severity of repairs is average and the frequency of those issues is low, so major repairs are uncommon for the Ford Mustang. One owner reported buying a 2016 EcoBoost with 6,000 miles and driving it to 156,000 miles, with the only issue being the air conditioning compressor covered under warranty. Maintenance consisted of regular oil changes, tires, one replacement of brake rotors and pads, and spark plugs at 100,000 miles. The key to EcoBoost longevity is simple: respect the oil change interval. Turbocharged engines work harder than naturally aspirated ones, so stick to 5,000-mile oil changes rather than 10,000-mile intervals. Use quality synthetic oil and regular maintenance, and these engines just keep going. Longtime turbocharged car owners report having nothing but turbo cars since the early 2000s, including Supras, Skylines, and now Mustangs, without ever experiencing a turbo or internal engine failure. When inspecting a used EcoBoost Mustang, pay attention to 3 things. First, check if the oil has been changed regularly and ask for service records. Second, look at the coolant level, since some earlier EcoBoost engines and other Ford models had coolant intrusion issues, although the Mustang's 2.3 has been solid. Third, if it is a performance pack model, verify the upgraded brakes and suspension components are in good shape. Who should buy this car? Anyone who wants an engaging driving experience without German maintenance bills. Commuters who want better fuel economy than a V8 but still want rear-wheel drive handling. Enthusiasts on a budget who understand that 310 horsepower from a turbocharged 4 is genuinely quick. And anyone smart enough to recognize that the muscle car stigma is actually keeping prices artificially low. Who should skip it? If you need backseat space for adults, the Mustang rear seat is essentially decorative. If you want the V8 rumble, the EcoBoost will not scratch that itch. And if you're bothered by what people might think about your car choice, you'll miss out on one of the best values in the sports car market. Here's my final take on the Mustang EcoBoost. This is the best performance car you can buy under $20,000. It delivers genuine sports car dynamics, Ford truck engine reliability, and it is priced like people don't realize what they are looking at, because they don't. So there it is. 3 Ford cars that the market has overlooked, but mechanics have not. The Ford Fusion offers Japanese-like reliability at domestic pricing. The Taurus depreciates like yesterday's news, yet it runs like tomorrow's technology. And the Mustang EcoBoost is the best-kept secret in the used sports car market. You now know 3 Ford vehicles you can buy for under $20,000 that will outlast cars at twice the price. Next time, you are on a dealer lot and a salesperson tries steering you toward an aging German lease return, you will know better. If you want to know which Fords have earned legendary status in the shop, the ones that simply refuse to quit, I have covered that too. Subscribe for more honest car advice. I will keep sharing what dealerships will not tell you. Drive safe, maintain your car properly, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. See you in the next one.